Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Rule the Waves as Rule the Waves 2 as Germany, episode number 31. We do have some updated art, which came in from Ekravain, or as he goes by on he or she. Pardon me, I actually don't even know who my lovely supporter is. But Ekravain, but it goes by on the forum HMS Sophia, which is actually what made me start to wonder, what if it's a girl? Anyway, so this is the Fire Draka class. It's got the 3 turrets, the battlecruiser, and you notice he, I'm gonna say he, just my guess, but they have even included the length, which, okay, you know, anybody could just throw in a length here, right? That doesn't mean anything, right, Tortuga? But actually, they have done it consistently. So this is the, oh, sorry, I want to zoom in, if you don't mind. And can I drag? Very good, I can. So here's the Hamburg class, all of them in a row here. This is really cool. This is what I really enjoyed seeing. We have the Hamburg class here, the 2 guns, the secondaries. Then we got to the Hohenzollern, which had the 3 turrets, the one in the middle, but that is really cool. Then we have the Gneisenau with the cross-deck fire. Which is quite long for a battlecruiser. You'd expect it to be a little bit longer, right? I would, the higher speed, maybe. Then we have the Blucher class, which is, you know, despite its much greater tonnage, actually a little bit shorter than the Gneisenau. I'm not sure if that's this might be a little, I don't know, actually, considering it's 6 knots slower, maybe that's still accurate. And this probably has bigger guns, which is weighing it down tonnage-wise. And then we come down to, anyways, the current finale, the Fire Draka. It will be interesting to see if we end up getting a Sturmbringer or not, which will have the interesting Nelson configuration. Also a note that I was complaining a little bit, or suggesting that the aircraft returning the torpedo bombers not attacking was a bug. I think there was something probably bugged about the fact that they just continued moving southeast by southeast. They didn't return, which was a little strange. It's raining. Weather is limiting air operations, which at some point I even kind of talked about, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together, really. That's all I needed to do was just put 2 and 2 together, and I did not. So, so what does this battle look like right now? We are going to go ahead with the Ostwind, which actually should be Westwind if I was actually doing... I guess Ost is east, somebody pointed out to me, which makes a whole lot of sense. The moment I learned that. Anyway, so it's... these guys are still going to do their little covert operation to attack any kind of enemies that we have seen or will see. I don't know what that blue dot is. Are these the reports that were not showing up? They'll probably show up as soon as we hit spacebar to run. So let's just do that. And we actually have lost track of the enemy, which is a little interesting. Is it time to let loose our... They are oil firing, the Fire Drakas. So there's not too much to be lost if we want to force them to go into the fray. I think we will curve in and see what we can find there. And it wouldn't be useful to do that if we didn't bring our destroyers. Now, mind you, it's a good time for the destroyers to start heating up and getting into the action anyway. All the while, we'll send this one at what was more or less the last reported position of the carrier. A little bit ahead. I think that it's more going to be over there. We're going to do some wiggle waggles here. Kind of lose some speed, burn some speed off. I really should be doing the same thing with you guys. And this group can actually continue as is. Wait. Okay, they're fine. So they do have a max speed of only 24. There's an unknown ship. Very good. That's what we were hoping to see. We went a little bit too hard on that one. That is going very slow, though. So we expect this is the sinking one. And we kind of want to go in hard anyways. Okay, yeah. There's more than one here, though. Suggesting that they're battlecruisers. Well, if they are battlecruisers, they're both dead. I don't think this is a very good point for them. Not a good start. Yeah. But there is what we were kind of hoping to see, which is maybe the rest of them. So I want to start warming up my destroyers. I really do. Because I want them... By the way, are they limited by weather? They are not, which is good. So I do want to cross this T. And do some damage here. Wow, we're really coming in at a good angle, I would say. We actually want to pull back slightly just because... Torpedoes! Ever the enemy of every Tortuga battle. And certainly including that Torpitz battle. My goodness, they're moving slow. They've been ambushed here. This is certainly going our way. These are obviously some destroyers we're going to have to pull back from, but... Or do we? It might be time to rally the cavalry and charge them in. We've been kind of, as I said, I am using this word, winding them up because we want to get them up to speed. They don't just immediately jump to 35 knots, but they are pretty quick. Obviously, I think there's an inverse relationship between size and acceleration. The smaller ones, therefore, should still have very good acceleration. I would be a big fan if we had light cruisers that were capable of dealing with these, but they didn't bring any light cruisers for us, ironically, in this. And the coal bunkers are still doing some good work. I actually had been told by somebody that the coal bunkers were even included on one of the French ships. If I have this right, I think I have this right, but they were actually included on one of the French ships that was oil firing just because of the increased armor it added. So basically, they added armor. They just left the coal bunkers on or something like that because they were, adding protection. It was very dangerous for us to not take this thing out. I think what I'll do is I'm going to do it. We're going to go to line abreast, turn together, and we're going to commit in to the line. We're going to do this with both the battleships. These are not going to be turning in line abreast and all that, but we'll do that with... And then I guess it's time to cry havoc and let loose the dogs of war. Everyone is going in. So it's time to speed up to your max and make the run. The flag is being waved. Every man for himself, every division to their own. Chase down the rest of these bloody Russian... Wow, well, things really got close here, didn't they? Now, we actually have a pretty good chance of winning these fights, considering we have 5-inch guns. We should be blowing really the crap out of it. Oh, could not find ship class. Well, that's not good. Tell me, what kind of guns do you have? Just by size, they could be the same size. Damn. Well, I say we'll pull off just to avoid a collision. What the hell's going on? Don't launch your torpedoes, not yet. Hold off your torpedo fires, please. We have plenty of targets coming for you very soon. We'll set these guys back up like this. Obviously, it's destroyer time. They know it. We know that they know it. They know that we know that... Anyway. Really, we want to get in there, but we want to avoid torpedoes. So, although we are going to be hitting these destroyers, we want to make sure we're doing our best to avoid as many torpedoes as possible. And I don't think this, for example, group of dreadnoughts is not actually in the best position. Oh, okay, but this is a good target for our destroyers. So I really would like to get you guys north, you guys a little bit north as well. You're faster, right? I moved you. We'll go to squad max, yeah, that's fine, 28, full on. We're going to intercept this line. We have some even coming from the south. This is interesting. So what we could do is even bend these guys back this way, these guys back this way, and we'll see what happens here. This is very interesting. I think that's a destroyer. Anyways, this one has gotten obliterated. This one, whoa, which is very, very obliterated. I don't know how you get more obliterated than obliterated, but sometimes you'll notice. I notice. Maybe everyone has noticed, but people use stall words. Like, definitely doing something. Really, all that is a moment for you to think what you're trying to say. Definitely what? Quick. Brain. Work. So, And knowing that, I think it's kind of a fun challenge I give myself not to use those little filler words too much. Try to actually force your brain to work overtime and fill out the sentence as much as possible ahead of time. Oh, it's not that easy, of course, but it's fun to think, at least. Now, this is interesting. We have an actual battleship down here. I thought for sure these were... I don't know what the hell's going on. All I want to know is, how are you doing? You're pretty much on the station. So what we're going to start doing now is getting these guys to be green. Screen is the best I can do. They can't be scouts, which I'd actually prefer them to be. We're going to go to screen formation and just start moving them at a slightly different angle. We'll see what we find. Oh god. I looked away for a moment and the Gneisenau has been hit by a torpedo. Well, I mean, frankly, it's not too surprising. That is a lot of flooding. She has immediately detached. We'll turn her north. What the hell is going on here? So this has obviously gotten a little out of control, this whole mess. The Gneisenau might actually be better off turning east. Has she got her rudder jammed at all? No. But we want to slow her down. Yeah, I guess we're going to slow her down to the east. The battlecruisers and the remainder of her division will quickly cover her up, so to speak. We're going to get her down to 6. And as soon as we can, we'll get her down to... Oh, she is turning north. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I was worried about. Right into the face of more destroyers. And we're going to take a few initial torpedoes here. I'm not surprised about that. If we can save these ships... Now, the Gneisenau, out of every ship I could lose here, is probably the one that I would most begrudgingly leave. They're the oldest ones. We still want to keep them if we can, but you know, if we had to lose somebody, we would choose them. This one's probably gone. So can we see any of these ships? Good. So they're using probably 4-inch guns on all theirs. This is 1913, so that might not actually be the best one to look at. I don't know why we can't find the information for that. I think it's some kind of naming bug. Anyway. Alright, so let's see what's going on in the actual battles here. Wow, Wittenmacher is avoiding tons of torpedoes, which means I'm afraid Arminius might get them. It's fantastic that we avoided those torpedoes. Let's also commit... Who is my lead? Yes, you are. To launching more torpedoes now. Oh my gosh, this is actually... well... My god. The Hohenzollern has just taken a mighty beating. The funny thing about her is she's actually doing very well, except for the fact that 2 of her 3 turrets have been destroyed. We're fine, but mind you, we're down 67% of our armament due to total destruction. Was this necessary, by the way? I immediately am thinking, why did I do this? Because we didn't need to do this. Our Stormbringers are going to be out very soon, and they're going to be the ones who really push the advantage for us. This might have been a little bit careless for us to, attempt to do this. I think we have enough flooding available here that we'll end up pulling out okay with that. Probably want to head straight on, frankly. Are they still... No, they're lined ahead. Okay. That's the Blücher by herself. That's fine. And, did you take damage or something? I don't know, but I'll shift you off so I can see what you're doing. Get the Tirpitz back into the action. Yeah, so we're, really shaking things up, at least. And the good news is a lot of these destroyers, I think, will be going down. We'll have less to worry about. They have launched a lot of their torpedoes. So once we can brave this first wave, feel a little more confident about, my goodness, you're just streaming in there. Woof. Alright, so we have some hits going all over the place. Padre class, which is all... Oh, they do have 5-inch guns. So I'm going to now assume that they actually do have 5-inch guns on this misnamed class. And 8 above water torpedoes, so yeah, that's a lot. We do want to hit those then. Kirov taking some damage. We did actually destroy one of her turrets. And I'm happy to see that we're reporting some hits on their destroyers. And then obviously just sinking the crap out of this poor destroyer. Oh, okay, that one's already sunk as well. And some 14-inch hits going on what is apparently the sinking, not actually the sinking, but supposedly the sinking, Perishkaya Komuna, probably Komuna, right? Hey, I mean, this is fantastic. If we can take that down, 40,000 tons. Actually, bigger than any of our ships in this fight. The Fire Draka herself, the largest of our design variants in this one, 38,000. So we are definitely fighting. This is, I kind of am treating this casually, but we're up against a foe who is at least in theory, armed as well as us. I still have this strong feeling that we are at an advantage, but we're going to turn... just trying to avoid exactly that. Exactly that. We'll detach her. She was kind of not looking so good from the beginning, right? One thing to know is to remember, a reminder for myself, really more than anything, we are actually in great shape for getting back to port. And probably that should be what most of our ships end up doing right now, is just kind of streaming back to port. Oh, wow. So although that was not something which went our way, everything else seems to have gone pretty well. These Ishmaels taking a few hits, losing some turrets. Again, this destroyer, which had not officially gone down. She still has not officially gone down. We found her. We got her. So she has 8 4-inch guns. So they are 4-inch guns. These 2 of the 4 of hers are destroyed. One of them is disabled. Only 1 gun firing, and that's the forward gun, which not available in her current trajectory. The current positioning from us to them. Kirov taking some hits. This is the Rhine hitting the other Kirov, which has now lost 2 of its guns. Fantastic. This one actually has not lost. That was smoke covering it. I thought it was a blown turret. It's not. Still, so... Yeah, I think we will still turn in. These destroyers are really just putting themselves in a bad position. We probably want to pull them back. Unless they're going to go out. Now, I don't think that they're necessary where they are, so we're going to drop down their speed a bit and pull them back in. Nice now, also should be aware that the port is down this way. It's a good ways off, but just go at a speed of 4 knots, should be enough. We'll probably bring her to a halt entirely before we do anything, but we just want to give her... Well, yeah, we're going to push past, so yeah, let's just bring her to a halt directly. She's fine, she's facing away, she doesn't have a good... She's not lining... it doesn't look like she's going to present much of a broadside to any further torpedoes. Blucher detached destroyers, moving this way. Fantastic, okay. So let's see how things go in this next turn. Okay, the Rhine got a little bit lucky, half lucky I would say. Oh my gosh. Boy, we are just not having, this battle group is not having a lot of success. Only 125 for flooding. We might even want to keep her in there with that much, or little, I should say, really. But no, we will be a little bit conservative about this. .244, actually pretty good. No, it's going to increase though if we don't do something to slow it down. Yeah, this is actually nuts. We're taking torpedoes in the bow. There's no other way that these can hit us. It's insane. We're just going to send ships every which way. We haven't done a very good job controlling this, unfortunately. That's my fault. I think we're going to suffer a little bit because of that, unfortunately. But okay, well, this ship is probably going down. She's still sticking around, huh? And has the potential of launching torpedoes herself, perhaps. Yeah, she does have submerged mounts, which, I mean, for us is kind of a great thing. It gives us, I mean, she should be easier to sink if those can be destroyed and cause extra flooding. And these guys have not found the target. So it's interesting. We do have these guys spreading out, which is what I wanted. Well, we'll see what they can find. Back to the task at hand. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. You'd imagine that her trajectory is helping her a lot here. And really, we want everyone on the same course just to prevent any other torpedoes from hitting. So these guys are giving us hell. They do have 8 torpedoes, God, each. That's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. I mean, we've already dealt with it, basically, thankfully, but really got quite lucky on that one. And I think it's, again, that the fact that we angled... I'm actually predicting now that the first ones we took were from the battle cruisers, who don't have torpedoes, so it couldn't have been from them. But I was guessing it was coming from the bottom up, and then in which case the torpedoes were moving perpendicular to our course, which is obviously you want to hit the ships abeam with torpedoes. Or I should say, specifically, you would want to aim that way because you have the best chance of hitting. But if you can hit something right on the nose, you're going to do a lot of damage should your torpedo actually detonate. I think that there's a really good chance your torpedo doesn't detonate because the impact might not... Well, I guess it would still be pretty significant. I mean, especially if you hit them right in the bow. The difference of speeds is probably going to make up for the angle of deflection, which is not exactly perpendicular. Just the fact that the other ship is moving in the same in the opposite direction of you is going to increase the speed and probably trigger that contact detonator. I'd feel a little bit more comfortable engaging this one from the side if more of her turrets were shot out, so I'm going to let the destroyer run ahead and I'm going to turn back in. Nice. Now, how are you doing? Are you able to control flooding at all? Down to 470. I think you have a good chance of making it. You know what? This is what I have to do. I really need to send some destroyers over here to help out. And probably even this whole battle cruiser group should pull off to go help. Oh my god. 5? Oh! Now, the Irina von Hohenzollern is by Russian Dog. He was the one who was doing the role-playing at the very beginning. Are you effing kidding me? So, mind you, ships are not allowed to fire when friendlies are in the line of fire, but yet this is what just happened. Okay, so turn hard to starboard. Crank it. It literally looks like they launched at my battleships. I don't even know what they're aiming at. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you just feel like you have to do everything yourself. Which is not good. We don't want to have to do everything ourselves. But let's find out. Okay, let's actually pay attention this turn and figure out what's happening. So you have a fire started. You've been hit. Wow. It's quite unlucky. Rickenbacker's taking some hits. She has lost her forward turret. My goodness. We're going to have a lot of repairs. Bluger was hit, but no damage is reported, I guess. Wittmanmacher, splitters are damaging perforate the uptakes. Could slow her down a little bit. We're targeting this destroyer, which is good. This destroyer, which is not necessary. This one, which is good. This is an 8-inch shell, though, so 6-inch shell, so not very important. This Badri, which is, yes, this is also very good. And no, not important. Still good. Let's move on up. This Kirov received 3 more 16-inch shells. Love to see that. She took another 16-inch shell. Has it knocked out any of her guns? No. The Lokvi, which I don't know anything about. An older one? 1908. Yeah, still 6. I can't believe they had 6 torpedo tubes in 1908. That's quite good. Another 16-inch shell here. Another 16-inch shell. And then another one on a sinking destroyer. Good. And then we actually hit... I don't even know what torpedo hit that from where. I'm not going to question these things. I actually think that this was... In fact, I'm almost positive that was an enemy torpedo. Speaking of torpedo nonsense, it seems like their destroyers have done just as incompetently. Now, this is obviously bad. We got to continue our angle at this point. So let's continue to avoid torpedoes as best we can. You guys, are you in line abreast? Okay, good. I don't want you to be. Turn you guys this way. And you have to turn away because of the destroyer nonsense. That's right. Okay, well, we'll see what happens here. Oh, no! How is it? How's the damage? 305. Well, we'll take her down to nothing. Come to a stop. Control flooding and then get going. We know, based on the number of torpedoes we've avoided, that these guys are probably dry. I mean, it's sad when you have to just wait for every torpedo to have gone by you at such close range. But that is what happened. Oh my god, we might actually take a torpedo here. This is unreal. Oh my god, I'll be so pissed. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. How do I dodge this? I think we want to go slightly up. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that. I hate you. I hate you so much, destroyers. You stupid, stupid, stupid destroyers. Now you, on the other hand, please. Or you gotta be. You gotta be kidding me. Hey, hoo. Alright, well, I'm not going to be able to launch torpedoes because, you know, that's just the way it is sometimes. Even in captain's mode, you don't always get ideal outcomes. I probably could have planned a little bit better for this. I didn't really foresee this being an issue. I don't think it's going to be a big issue anyways. We probably are going to sink this ship in the end. She's on fire. Yeah, she's already sunk, in fact. So we're really saving torpedoes by not firing. Let me take back everything I said. This is a fantastic thing. Rickenbacker, Badri. This is good that we're... This one looks like she's actually... No, she's not sinking yet. 34 knots is something to be scared of as well. Hit this one with another 16-inch shell. So it's our turn to be taking torpedoes right now, but hopefully that shoe will be on the other foot very, very soon. Another 6-inch shell on this one. I'm surprised. Is this the one in the north? She's taken a lot of hits. I'm surprised she's still kicking. Must be holding out pretty well, though. And then a random destroyer plowing through the lines. Could create havoc for this group, which means that after those torpedoes of our own avoid us, we're going to have to do some more dodging, which is horrifying. In fact, I think... Okay, let's do it this way. Let's get out of here. I mean, let's just do some torpedo dodging. How do I do this? This Kirov is moving how fast? 10 knots. She's a good target for our destroyers. She looks like she's relatively unprotected. We have another ship here, which is not in good shape. Another good target for our destroyers. And then these two Ishmaels, which, wow, we have actually done a lot of damage to these ships. Wait. Oh my god, they both lost 2 turrets. We gotta pursue! Oh my gosh, we gotta pursue. We're doing well. I mean, I guess they could say the same thing. They have, like, the Arena von I'm never gonna be able to say this well, I'm so sorry. Hohenzollern. And she has 2 of her 3 turrets down. Even worse, like, they have 2 of their 4, and I have 2 of my 3. And not only that, but she's taken a few torpedoes. Now, the Rhine's actually in worst case as far as flooding goes. She's nose on. I don't think she'll be able to take another torpedo hit. Oh my god. I thought for a second she was charging at 28, but that's... You guys are now free to go full on. Full speed ahead. Okay, so this, as soon as these torpedoes miss... Oh my gosh. Our own frickin' destroyer hit us. I can't believe it. Ah, so frustrating. It should report who it's from. Maybe we'll see who launched this one. It just says mine torpedo, so it doesn't tell us, but it'd be nice to know who it was. I mean, I only say that because it might be this one, but the timing of this is just horrendous. So we're gonna get this whole group to move. If I move south, I probably get creamed by that one, so we want to move north. Oh god, I cannot believe these guys are so stupid. I hate them forever. Really causing me hell. Alright, so we'll get this group to push on against these battle cruisers as soon as the flooding is controlled over here. We're off to a good start over there. Gneisenau looks like she's in trouble. And the Rhine, I think she'll make it. Okay. Chasing down that Kirov. You guys probably continue this way. We'll take that force south. We're charging, kind of, we need an objective here. I like these guys going squad max at the far north. Okay, so let's watch this one then. I think this is the most important one to control. You got to be kidding me! I hate those destroyers. That was obviously the friendly one. We saw it disappear. See, the other ones are not. God damn it, son of a bitch. She's a fire draw class. We don't want to be losing this damn ship. Alright, what's her flooding at? 423. She has plenty of remaining, but let's get her down to cruise. I mean, maybe down to 6 right away. You guys turn south now. Let's try to make the best out of a stupid situation. Okay, I don't know why I even did that so quickly. There's probably a lot of stuff we could have looked at on the last turn, but I didn't get a chance. So we'll just have to ignore that. It all happened, but I won't have knowledge of it, essentially. This is a little bit dangerous. These guys are... Is this 2 different groups? It is. Okay. That's acceptable. Those guys north. Oh, you have detached. Okay. Chasing down this Kirov right now. Let's take this a little bit slower. Oh, we're still sinking the same damn ships. Half the time. Definitely doing a number on them. So mad that our own ship was hit by our own destroyer. Alright, let's get these guys into the fight. Turn them back in at this point. Ah, so frustrating. Wow, our destroyer was hit by a torpedo. Well, yeah, you're definitely not going to win that one. I'd like to know which destroyer this was. Good lord. Oh, wow. Wow, where did that torpedo even come from? Is it our own again? The question everybody wants to know. The torpedo algorithm, I think, needs some work. I would say. Maybe it was working well in Rule the Waves 1, but maybe things have gotten worse now? I don't know exactly. We're launching torpedoes at a sunk... What the... What the freaking heck are you doing? You jabroni. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? What the... Why does this not tell you that this is... friendlies are in the line of fire? Why would you think that that's a good idea? Why? Our entire fleet is behind that one sinking destroyer. Who would tell you who's... That this does not make sense. Oh my gosh, this episode has raised my blood pressure. Probably sent me to the grave a good week or maybe a month earlier than I should be going. Holy cow, that is some amazing, amazing nonsense. That is seriously amazing. It's actually causing me to pull off. That's what it's done. Not ideal. How's the flooding going? 210, not good. 68, looking good. 411, not good. Cannot believe this bull crap. Man, I feel like this is the way you have to play the game, and this is, by the way, not how I want to play it, but I feel like that this is how you have to play it. You have to control every single ship. You just have to control every single ship and make sure that they don't do this kind of retarded thing. How about now? You better? Can you fire your torpedoes now? Probably good for us to disengage anyways. I need to pull back and take stock of the situation. Oh my god, that's a lot of torpedoes going in the water. They launched several of them at these destroyers, which I mean, nothing can infuriate me more than that's just absolute stupidity. If there was an option to change destroyers launching against destroyers, I would change it in a heartbeat. These destroyers are going to basically just chase off those destroyers. We're not too concerned about... I mean, mostly what we want to do is make sure that we don't have any further attacks against the Rhine and the Arena. And the Arena is definitely going to be okay. What's her squad max? Curious. Wow, she has some speed under her still. So I think we're going to get her back up underway. 6 should be a very safe number, and start her moving towards port. The faster we can get her to port, the faster I can be like a little bit relieved. Now, we only have 2 battlecruisers going on here. Let's pull them away. These guys did launch, but I do want them to launch again, so we'll try to do that movement. We're pulling back with these guys because we've been torpedoed by our own group. Plus, these destroyers are kind of making it a little bit difficult to encroach. That's fine. Basically, we're just going to take our swings and pull back, which is what we're doing. That's the destroyer? Yeah, that's the sinking destroyer, I think. Poor guy. So these guys will march on. And... wow. Boy, what a frustrating load of malarkey with torpedoes, though. Okay, that's good. Those went away. Let's get this guy to launch a few more. Supposedly some of those will hit. And get you out of the way now. done your job. That's a lot of okay, that's good, but we want to make sure at least the Garethra Wald will have, Vald I should say, some torpedoes left for this one, who is moving slowly, hopefully slow enough that we can get some torpedoes on her. Now let's actually take a look at what's going on. Oh my god, okay, that's not good, but we could detach her. That's a lot of work, but maybe it's probably for the best. Let's line up these shots, get this one going like that as well. Again, chasing off these destroyers is a priority. Kirov is taking 4-inch guns, not going to do much to her, I doubt. Oh. This is, I guess, dead in the water. So let's not run her over. Be scoring her last victory that way. This one's sinking. Sverdlov, another interesting one. Definitely possible for us to take out these ships if we can just run them down. Now, we don't need to do too much. Remember, Tortuga, remember! We do have the Stormbringers coming out. They're working up as we speak. We're close to port. Let's get to port. Ah, Vidmakwaker. Okay, we did actually get that one with our destroyer, thankfully. No, what the heck? Dude, I think torpedoes are totally bugged. We're hitting things that we shouldn't be hitting. But that is definitely going to be a hit. Good job, S66. Vit von Macher. This whole operation is turning into a complete torpedo... Charlie Foxtrot, to put it politely. Cluster, whatever. I'll let you fill in the blank. Family friendly. We're going to try to keep it. Oh my gosh. How are we going to solve this? Oh. Not good. Okay, so I am going to detach the S-23. She doesn't have that many torpedoes left anyway. And then the rest of the group will move on as fast as they can, which is probably going to cause the S-61 to detach. But actually the two ones that we want are the two in the middle. So I actually could just detach the S-21 as well. She doesn't have any torpedoes left. So we'll get them both to just pull off to the north. Who's in worse shape? 48, 27. You actually have max speed. So I'm going to keep this one in the fight, actually. Because she might be able to absorb just one more shell before, as the destroyers move in. Now that's a good spread. That's a good spread. Good distance spread. Works out just like I was hoping it would. We avoided that destroyer, so... Vit von Macher, we don't want you to actually run into that ship, so move there first, but otherwise, this whole group is going to be essentially pulled off. I think we're done. We're going to be able to pursue with 0 of our fire Drakas because of my poor coordination in the end. So that did look good. We knew that we'd get her eventually. She is only capable of 19 knots on a good day, probably significantly less now. And you gotta consider how much damage we're doing with these 16-inch guns. My goodness. Zoom out a little bit so we can see what's going on. Oh my god. Why? Okay, so let's do this from start. Near miss, that's what I was hoping. So you've already absorbed the next shots, which is all I wanted. And Kirov taking a 4-inch hit, not a big deal. This destroyer, I don't even know how it's staying afloat. Okay, good, we're hitting that one. This Kirov taking a 6-inch hit. There's this 4 16-inch hits. 16-inch hit, one is sinking. And the October, wow, she does not look good either. She may not be going down yet, but boy, oh boy, 23, I mean, it says 23 knots, but doubt she's capable of that now. 33,000 tons with 4 of her 5 turrets destroyed. The last remaining turret disabled temporarily. Would love to get in there. So we're going to reverse course back, because there's so much damage to be had here. And this is the Witt von Macher division. She needs to slow down, slow down, slow down. Turn off. I just want this group to get beyond that destroyer before they turn in. Alright, this should take some hits. Pull you off altogether. Okay, let's go another minute. Got her. That's the bottom one. More coming that way, I'm afraid, for you. So if you were already damaged, you're probably going to sink. Let's take a look at our flooding situation. Flooding's been very well controlled on the Hohenzollern. Fantastic damage control. Doing okay on the Rhine. Not quite up to snuff. Just enough, hopefully, to get us home. That's what I mainly hope. How's the Gneiss now? She has not controlled her flooding yet. She's in grave danger of sinking, I would say. But we're going to have to wrap this episode up. Unfortunately, this is, like, terrible. I really dislike the way things have gone so far. I'd say that this battle, I mean, look at it. We're going to come out way ahead. It's going to be a huge victory for us, but I would say that it could have gone much better. And I think that's a very healthy mentality to have anyway, just to always be thinking, what could you have done better? And we could have done a lot better. So we're actually in danger of getting the Zeppelin caught. Keep her a little bit further south. Have there been any spottings up here? I want you to go to screen formation. Oops. Clicked on somebody. Somebody who's been hit by a torpedo. 2 apparently. Oh yeah, one of our own. I remember. I remember you, but that's actually a good point. I don't know what's her deal right now. She's still going 6 knots. She's actually controlled things fairly well. We'll get her angling towards port. And so we really do have to drive off these ships, though. I mean, we don't have a choice. Our only hope is to drive off these ships. You have already launched your last torpedo. So you really can just brave another couple barrages from the Kirov, and then once you're done, so I guess your torpedo is being launched right now. Once you're done, then the last one, the Gerother Wald, is the only one. Wow, this battleship actually avoided the rest of those torpedoes. Pretty good. Then your mission is accomplished. Now that we're past, let's turn them away. Witt von Macher, you're actually doing okay. We'll still turn you away. And we'll start forming up the fleet over to the east. Since everyone on the east is damaged and everyone on the west is doing okay, we'll use the east as our point of our rendezvous. Let's take a look at how things are going, by the way. This Buni... why is that one still being shot at? It's amazing. She's been sinking for years. We're still hitting this one. She's getting more 6 and 16-inch guns for her trouble. That one's going down already. Kirov class, wow. 2 of her 3 knocked out. And... well, only 1 of her 3 knocked out, but her other 2 are disabled. Very good. Good to keep up those... that one's destroyed. This is the one that just took 2 torpedoes, I believe, and she's actually going down. So that's good. Scratch 1 dreadnought. This is the one that's going down as well. Again, is the one that's going down. Rickenbacker. This group should be okay. We're just going to pull them out. And then, yeah, the destroyer, which we're going to try to get a little bit closer to the Kirov to assure destruction. Okay, let's... That destroyer might get away. Alright, let's see the damage in this one. Oh, whoa, 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 50 minutes, damn it! I went over my 50-minute mark, my lucky 50-minute mark. Yeah, it's going to be a long battle, isn't it? Well, I could either have wrapped this up already, or I could just call it to a close here. I think I'll just call this to a close here. A little bit delayed for over my 50-minute mark. So thanks for sticking with me for such a long time. It's funny because I've actually, I feel like I've almost released too many of these videos in such quick succession that maybe it would be good for me to take a day break or something. Not before this battle's over with, for sure, but maybe if we have a lull in the storm, we can take a one-day vacation day. Or maybe everyone's really happy and they love seeing these videos coming out one day after the next. I don't know, sometimes I'm following a series and I want a day off myself, but I want to stay live with the series, so maybe take a vacation day. Anyway, we'll see what happens for the rest of this battle. It looks like that was an okay turn. We'll see how everything else goes down in the next video, which should be the concluding video from this battle. And this may end up being the one that wipes out the rest of the Russian fleet, which means that our Sturmbringers, their first order of their first action, their first orders really are going to be moved to the Mediterranean and assert German dominance there. For now, I'm going to wrap this up, so thanks for watching, and until the next episode, take care.